The raid that killed Osama bin Laden is one of the seminal events of the Obama presidency, but a new video is attacking the president for taking too much credit. Look.
Mr. President, you did not kill Osama bin Laden. America did. The work that the American military has done killed Osama bin Laden. You did not.
There are 22 more minutes to that video in which the president is also accused of using intelligence leaks to score political points. It features former Navy SEALs and intelligence officers. It's from a group called the Special Operations OpSec Education Fund, and Scott Taylor is the president of that group. He's also a former Navy SEAL. He joins us this morning from Virginia Beach. It's nice to see you. Thanks for talking with us. Certainly appreciate it.
Good morning.
In that 22 minutes, the people who are interviewed are really furious. Why are they mad?
Well, let me first preface this by saying that it's a coalition of SEALs, Special Forces, Delta Force, ex-CIA, Marines. I mean, it runs the whole gamut of special operations and intelligence communities. And it's a serious group, highly organized, highly motivated, and really fed up with the amount of leaks that have come out of this administration out of the past couple of years.
So you're mad about the leaks?
Felt like we need to stand up and do something about it.
So you're mad about the leaks. And it also sounds like you're really mad about the president taking credit for the raid, too. Is that right?
Yeah, we're upset about the unprecedented amount of leaks that have come out in the past couple of years, as well as the over-politicizing of the raid itself. Absolutely.
When you watch that video, though, you take a look, you have a version of the president's evening address where they announced the death of bin Laden. Take a look at that.
Tonight, I can report to the American people and to the world that the United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden. I directed Leon Panetta, the director of the CIA, to make the killing or capture of bin Laden the top priority of our war against al-Qaeda. I met repeatedly with my national security team. I determined that we had enough intelligence at my direction. I directed.
So 27 seconds, you got a lot of edits in there to make your point. But what you leave out is what the president also said in that very same address, and I want to play that for folks.
We give thanks for the men who carried out this operation, for they exemplify the professionalism, patriotism, and unparalleled courage of those who serve our country. And they are part of a generation that has borne the heaviest share of the burden since that September day.
Why leave that out?
Because, of course, the personal credit taken certainly overshadows that, doesn't it? So does the year anniversary commercials. So does the high-level access to Hollywood producers, who, with giving them a want-to-know basis rather than a need-to-know basis, which is what's supposed to happen with classified material. Again, this group is very serious, and we're very motivated. We're the subject matter experts. It affects us the most. We're worried about future operations being hindered, and we're worried about our brothers and sisters being put in harm's way unnecessarily because of politicians.
I know you know some of the criticism, and the criticism is that even though you claim to be non-partisan, that this group is actually very partisan. You're a Republican. You ran for Congress in 2010 in Virginia's 2nd Congressional District. You have a rep in your group who worked for the Bush administration. You share office space with Republican groups. How do you answer that claim of being partisan when you claim that you're not?
I answer that claim by first saying that this is an American issue. You yourself have reported extensively on leaks, so have every other network that's out there. Whether you're fighting a war or you're playing a game of basketball, you don't want the other side to understand what your strategy is. I understand the criticism that people will say, well, hey, you're a Republican. Well, I'm an American first. I'm an American before I'm a Republican, and I was certainly in the special operations community. I've buried a lot of friends over the past few years, and if by speaking out in a nonpartisan way, will hopefully prevent any future lives being lost unnecessarily, then I'll do it every single day. And again, I'm an American before I'm a Republican.
Hey, Scott, this is Will Kane. Listen, the criticism of whether or not you guys are being partisan or nonpartisan kind of seems beside the point to me. But one area that might be legitimate criticism is this. You're focusing on leaks, legitimate leaks, leaks that have been criticized from Democrats, including Senator like Dianne Feinstein. But what you guys have done in the ad is you've also seemingly reached a conclusion that those leaks are coming from the administration and they're being used for political gain. Do you think that is a fair conclusion to reach from the questions you're asking?
That is the same conclusion that's been, even on this network. Suzanne Kelly reported on it not too long ago. On this network, on other networks, it's been the same conclusion. What we need to understand, what the American public needs to be educated on, which is what we're trying to do, is that security is very compartmentalized. There are only a certain finite amount of people who know certain aspects of security. So it had to have been leaks from the highest levels of government. So that being said, you know, the president, he is the commander-in-chief, and the way the military works, you are solely responsible for your house to keep it in order and to keep those leaks responsible. So it is up to the commander-in-chief, just as though if you were a commander of any military unit, you would be responsible for your men as well.
But Suzanne Kelly, I've got to just jump in. When you talk about her reporting did not come to a conclusion, as I think you well know that. I know, Ryan, you want to jump in.
No, I was just going to say, the point you just made about President Obama being the commander-in-chief, it seems it cuts both ways. If you're the commander-in-chief, you make that decision to go get bin Laden, you get the credit, don't you? I want to read you a quote from Admiral Bill McRaven, who's a former SEAL himself. He told Wolf Blitzer on CNN.
No, I think we have this in a side. Why don't we just play it?
Yeah, let's play it.
At the end of the day, make no mistake about it, it was the President of the United States that shouldered the burden for this operation, that made the hard decisions.
So that's the commander-in-chief.
Okay,
why doesn't he get credit for executing that operation as commander-in-chief? If you're going to criticize him for leaks, why not the other side?
That's a great question, and I absolutely believe that the president, as should any president who presided over this type of operation, should get some credit. But to the level of credit that they have taken, it's pretty gross. Now, you played a clip from Admiral McRaven, who I have profound respect for. But what you left out in your clip was that Admiral McRaven specifically said, and I'm paraphrasing, that if these leaks aren't clamped down, then people will get killed and operations will be hindered. So you should have played that clip as well.
But, yeah,
and President Obama, we should reiterate, has said that also, and I think there have been 6 prosecutions for leaks as well. Well, it'll be interesting to see.
But there have also been an unprecedented amount of leaks out of this administration. So you say, yeah, there's 6 prosecutions, but there's been an unprecedented amount of high-level leaks over the past couple years, and that's why this group is speaking out.
That is correct. You're absolutely right on that. Thanks for joining us this morning. Scott Taylor is the president of Special Operations OpSec Education Fund. We appreciate you joining us.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you for having me.
Thanks.